The European Fit for Work project initiative was launched in Latvia on March 28, 2012. The plan was to develop a national arthritis program. A seminar and discussion were held on October 12th to discuss the successes of the project and to mark out future work that must be done. The seminar was titled Maintaining Working Abilities, Political, Social and Medical Responsibility. Can we undertake it? The patron of the Fit for Work project in Latvia, Kārlis Šadurskis, insisted that the project is of great importance not just from the human, but also from the economic perspective.
Vērtējam tos netiešos zaudējumus mūsu tautsaimniecībā, kas
I would like to stress again and again that we usually do not comprehend the indirect losses which our economy suffers when musculoskeletal disorders are not treated correctly or in a timely way. These losses are measured in the hundreds of millions of lots, and if we assume that each year the economy loses 250 million lots a year because of people who receive payments due to their inability to work, as opposed to creating added value in paying taxes, then we can see that that is very similar to the amount of money which Latvia has to spend each year to service its external debt. When it comes to that debt, we all understand that it is a huge sum of money. But when we are talking about money which relates to the quality of life of individuals, to their health and to our whole economy, then for some reason we do not understand how massive the sum is. The aim of this project is to focus attention on this and to lead people to measure, calculate and save these indirect expenditures in a correct and adequate way. It is essential to diagnose musculoskeletal problems as quickly as possible so as to reduce losses to the state and to achieve better treatment results. Professor Daina Andersone runs a medical working group that has prepared a patient flow schedule which speaks to the beginning of treatment within 16 weeks' time. The flow of patients has basically been crystallized, where they have to go, what analyses are needed when they visit the family physician, where they are sent next, and at what stage the patient returns to the family physician. Another thing is that the three stages in this flow of patients are based on specific periods of time. This is very good, and these periods of time have to exist. I wouldn't say that they are mandatory for every rheumatologist or family physician, but there should be an effort to hang on to them in the sense that it separates these patients from other ones. This time chronology and the flow of patients, in other words, is the biggest benefit in this process. Daina Andersone also emphasizes the need to increase quotas at daytime and nighttime inpatient treatment facilities, and also to ensure that each year there is an increase in the number of patients with autoimmune arthritis who take biological medications. Some 3,000 people in Latvia could use such meds at this time, but only 230 actually have access to them. One of them is Mārtiņš. He's a student and he can move around freely specifically because of early diagnosis and the medications. I've been using the biological medications for 7.5 years now. Life has improved by 100% because before that, there was no real point to me. I spent a lot of time in bed and might have ended up in a wheelchair. My movements were very much restricted. Now I'm completing my education, and I will help the country in any way that I can to pay it back for the support that I have received. Jelena Reste is director of the Work-Related Disorder Group, and she talks about ways of encouraging employers to employ people with musculoskeletal disorders. Reste says that preventive activities must be coordinated so as to make sure that information about such procedures is freely and widely available.
Tiešām darbojoties mūsu darba grupā, izrādījās, ka praktiski visās nozarēs, ļoti daudzās jomās.
Our working group has found that many institutions in a great many sectors have already developed information about how to improve the health of people with musculoskeletal disorders and how to prevent such disorders. The problem is that the information does not always work well. Each institution deals with it in its own way, and I believe that we should come together in this effort.
manuprāt, vajadzētu kaut kā apvienot kopīgus pūles.
It is specifically the ability to work that must be the purpose of healthcare policies, says Project Director Daiga Behmane. The Legislative Initiative Group hopes that the proposal will become part of Latvia's National Development Plan. At the seminar, Behmane assessed that which has been achieved already.
Posmā esam sagatavojuši pamatus kopīgā projekta realizācijai. Esam, es domāju, jau kaut kur par 50%.
In a fairly short amount of time, we have created the foundations for this joint project of ours. Our working groups have completed around one-half of their work. We have materials that can be used to provide detailed information about each group's achievements to professionals in the sector. I believe that by the end of 2013, we will be able to announce the results of the project to the public at large. We're also working with decision makers to deal with issues such as increased quotas for rheumatic patients, an increase in the availability of biological medications, and other very important aspects of these matters.
Kā arī cits ļoti būtisks jautājums.